Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Elden Ring All Bosses Walkthrough. We are now making our way into Belurat, which is our first legacy dungeon of the DLC. So, last episode we covered the majority of the Gravesite Plain, except for this portion up here, but we're going to save that for next episode. So, here we go. There is only one boss in this area, so no mini bosses or anything like that. But still definitely plenty to do here. Alright, so right away we're introduced to a new enemy type. I don't know the actual name, but they're these scorpion things that are pretty scary to look at. They're luckily not too bad though, as you can see we're still doing good damage against them. And here there's a lot more of them, including some small ones. Alright, we've got our first revered Spirit Ash right here. Got some more scorpions starting to fall down. One more big one up here. Okay, then we are not far from our first site of grace. Ouch, I forgot this one tries to ambush you. And here we are officially in the Belurat Tower settlement. I can't remember where we're at as far as levels go. 215, okay. Let's level up our Spirit Ash, because why not, even though we're not really using Spirit Ashes. Alright, so coming in here, you can try to open this door, but it will say that you can't open it from this side. So that means our only option is to go over here to the right. This door does not open from this side either, so gotta go right. Okay, over here we have a new variant of these shadow guys, which is a larger one wielding a cleaver. Obviously with our weapon we're stance breaking quite frequently, but these guys do have a lot of poise, so if you don't have a colossal sword, then they're likely going to hit through anything that you have to hit them with, so just be forewarned. Another one. Alright, making our way up here. We'll eventually want to go to the left. See these guys shooting stuff at you, but we're going to come over here to the right first. Somber 3. Alright, now you can go down this ladder, down this well. Doesn't even look like we're holding on to anything. Grab this item. And we got another door here. This one is locked. We cannot use it. It's not open from the other side situation. We just need to find the key for it. Alright, so making our way back here. Oh, another cleaver boy. Honestly, not sure where he came from. Okay, we'll hide over here to the right real quick. There's another big guy. Yet another one here. Okay, then we can come into this area. We have our next site of grace just right up here. We haven't taken any damage yet though, so we're not even going to worry about resting and respawning all those enemies. Now we can get to these guys who've been shooting at us. Alright, in here is another room that is locked that we need to find a key for. We can jump over here. Or Somber 4. I'll jump over this spot real quick. Right, and then I think that's all that's over here. Okay, yeah, so we should be good. Okay. Nothing down here, right? Nope. Alright, continuing upwards. We now have another new enemy, a divine warrior. As you can see, these guys have lots of poise, and not even a colossal sword is enough to stop them on a dime. Nice. A horned warrior, I guess, is their technical name. Alright, as we come over here, you guys can clear out. Oh, somebody's shooting at us. Oh, there you are. Okay, and then I mentioned that there's only one boss in this legacy dungeon, but there is an invasion and an elite enemy in here, and the invasion takes place in here. We're gonna get invaded by Queeline.
The grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
So the Fire Knights are supposed to be Messmer's like elite warriors. Later on, where Messmer is located, we see a bunch of them. But Queeline has his own associated quest line. This isn't the only time we'll be invaded by him. Get the Crusade Insignia Talisman as a reward. That raises attack power after defeating an enemy, which is unique. I don't know, I can't remember any kind of rings or anything that have that effect in other games, so pretty cool. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. I've never actually used this talisman. We'll switch out our Dragon Crest for it. There you are. We'll see how well this works. Alright, you get the buff right away. What percentage of a buff it gives you, I'm not sure. We'll have to do some testing. Okay, and then did I pick the item up over here? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Alright. Continuing forward. Now we're going to take a little shortcut up this way. As if you come from this angle, you will see this guy who's trying to ambush you if you come from the other direction. So that way we can get the drop on him instead. So we come over here to these stairs, you'll see that the bridge is broken, so we have to find another way around, which would naturally lead you over here. Guy waiting to ambush. Then we got another big guy here. Nice. Well, that buff is enough to two-shot these guys with an R2. That's pretty nice. You'll see these man-flies over here. We have no way of getting to them from here. There's a very roundabout way to get there. Ooh. This talisman seems to be pretty good for, you know, areas like this where you're just clearing out about a bunch of enemies. Doesn't really do anything if you're in a boss fight, but for now, for just casual walkthroughs, it's pretty good. Okay, storeroom key is one of two keys that we can find in this area to open some of the locked doors that we've found. So I'll show you which door that goes to here in a minute. Oh, our buff is now gone. Get it back here. Did not grab that item, but that's okay. Alright. Let's get onto this roof, which allows us to come over here to this bridge. We get the well depths key. So both of the locked doors that we found earlier, we have now found the keys virtually right next to each other. So we'll be sure to go back and use those. Okay, and this just drops back down to where we were before. Alright, we're now into the second half of the area, which definitely has a lot going on. We're going to want to go right eventually, but first there's a good amount of stuff to do over here to the left, including a bunch of scorpions that are going to come after us. This place on a randomizer is awful, by the way, because all these tiny scorpions turn into other things, and you can get some really nasty combinations. Got a big one in here. Oh, this is a super big one. Ah! No. Alright, this gives us the bone bow. And then we can climb up these stairs ever so slightly to see, oh, well, they are broken. And up there is where we're going to be appearing here in just a minute. Okay, now before I show something off real quick, I'm going to unlock a shortcut for us back to the beginning. Coming down this elevator. And we can pull this lever. To open the door to where we were before. The very beginning of the area. I'm realizing we haven't rested again, and we're at full flask, so let's go ahead and come over here and we'll use the keys that we found. Starting with the... Actually, let's start with the storeroom one first, since it doesn't lead to any kind of enemies. Alright, in here is going to be an NPC that we can meet, who you will quickly see is not a fan of us.
Who art thou, stranger? By the look of thee, another of Messmer's peons, methinks. Tell me, does thy kind never weary grow? How do these old bones fascinate thee yet? Our lands were by thy kind set aflame, our tower by thy kind veiled in shadow. Thou camest, robbing us of all, spoiling all. Have ye not basked in these deeds long enough? Listen, progeny of the wanton's trumpet. For thy sins thou shalt have thy recompense. The sacred beast shall unleash its ire. Till then, with this old hag, do what thou wilt, for all the good it'll do thee in the end. For what reason dost thou falter, villain? Enact thy sordid work with fullest pride. Else tuck away thy tail and leave for good. Loathsome issue of the rotten strumpet.
Okay, so she thinks that we're part of Messmer's army, and she is a Hornsent, which is a breed of people who were basically just tortured and, you know, massacred by Messmer and his army. So she does not like us, to say the least. She's basically saying, just kill me, like, you know, whatever it will do for you, or run away. We're going to keep her alive, though, because we can actually come back and get different dialogue once we beat the boss of this area. We'll open this door. I don't think there's actually any items out here. It's just another way to get down. So, okay, let's go down to the sewer. Alright, coming out into here is a poison swamp, because, you know, why not? There's a bunch of manflies out in this area. Ouch, cool. That's the attack I was mentioning earlier when comparing these to the flies from Dark Souls 3. Okay, now this has a ladder to lead to a different item that we'll come back to in a minute, but that will like lead us out of the area, so we don't want to go there yet. Ouch. Anything back here? Oh, there's a horned warrior over here. Interesting. I can hear manflies. Let's take care of them first. The poisoned hand weapon over here. Okay, cool. Now we can go fight this guy. We'll eat some boluses real quick so we're not poisoned. Right. Nice. Oh, we get his weapon from that. Very cool. Alright, some more manflies over here on this building. serpent arrows. Very nice. Okay. Let's head back over here now. Oops. I think I was hoping an R2 would be enough. Jump attack will be. With our claw talisman. Yeah. Okay, now the other secret part of this area is an ulcerated tree spirit that we can get to by coming over here. So double check there's nothing up here. Yep, we're good. There's like a bunch of ulcerated tree spirits in the DLC for some reason. I don't know why there's so many of them. Right, scream, jump, roll, fire, get some hits in. Tail swipe. Oh, a little early. Nice stagger. Get a weapon art in. Right, explosion time. Scream, jump, roll, and fire. Explosion. Oh no, fire. Whoop. Another stagger. And dead. Alright, and then it should drop a talisman if I remember right. Yes, the immunizing horn charm +2. Okay, awesome. Okay, now I gotta remember how to get out of this portion. Just right over here. Perfect. Okay, now we'll go over to the ladder that we saw before. Oops. And that is the door that leads us back to that very first bonfire. I mean, sorry, not bonfire, site of grace. Same thing. Okay, back up the elevator we go. Now, when we talked to Ansbach over here, he told us about, all of the crosses, and he said if we were to find any more to let him know. He's specifically referencing to secret ones, and one of them is right over here. So we jump up and then drop down here, go into this room. Some man-flies. Thing, I knew that was coming. Freaking jerk. And then the cross is right here. Another Shadow True Blessing, fragment. This one says, I abandon here my arm Sinistral. So now that we've found this, we can go back and talk to Ansbach, and he'll have some extra dialogue for us. We can also grab the Dried Bouquet Talisman, which raises attack power when summoned spirit dies. So kind of like a last resort. You're like, oh no, my summon, is toast. It's definitely going to die here. Well, let's get some boosted attack power at it. So, kind of cool. Okay, this area, there's another way that we can get down here. I'm wondering if it's better to just drop down from here where we're at right now, or to go the other way. Oh, let's go the other way. Okay, come on. Alright, so now we're going to go down this way. Got a couple of grave birds over here. Realizing this is the first time we're actually going to fight one of these. They're for the most part fairly easy. They can really screw you over with some combos. But as long as you get the first hit in, then you're usually good. Okay, got another pot boy up here. Be careful, there is a horned warrior. Okay, looks like he's at the right place where he's not near us. But that guy drops a revered spirit ash. Okay. Alright, let's take down the horned warrior. This guy's got a big sword. Nice. Okay, we want to go left to get to the end of the area, but we're going to come right first. This goes down to that area with the manflies that we saw before. Watch out for this guy. Alright, drop down the ladder. Where are you going, dude? I'm over here. Alright, bunch of manflies in here. Cool. Great job facing the right direction. And then here's the little gateway that we saw before. Nice. Okay. Yeah, there's not really much down here, I guess, so definitely a place that you can avoid if you don't want to deal with the manflies. Alright, we're now ready to make our way to the end of the area. Oops. Some more shadow men up here. Right, another revered spirit ash. Alright, then up here is the staircase that we saw before. Be careful as you're coming down here to not drop down, because that's a far walk. Somber 1. Wow, how exciting. And then we can come to the top. And I'm realizing that, oh, I'm not going to speak too soon because I forgot there's a curse blade here. Okay, first time we're fighting a curse blade at this point. I hate these guys. Even though I think they have a really cool design and moveset, they're tough. Luckily that went nice and smooth. Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't rested at all through this area. We rested at that very first site of grace that we came to, and then that was it. And the rest of it we were able to clear. So, very nice. Okay, we're at the end of the area and at the boss, which, man, my first playthrough, I do have it recorded. This guy took me forever on my first playthrough of this game. Looks like we got a couple levels here to spend. Excellent. But despite it being tough, I love this boss. I think it is phenomenal. Now there is a summon sign from, I think this is, what's her face is Freya's. Yeah, so Freya's summon sign is here in case you do need some help. But with that said, let's go ahead and give it a shot.
O horn-decked beast from higher sphere delivered, take root inside the tower's sculpted keepers, and perched within, we beg of thee, rise.
That dialogue is from the lady that we met earlier, that horn sent, who didn't like us.
Dance and kavod, cleanse all and thou wilt. Cruelty, woe, and those who plague the tower. Cleanse away the strumpet's vile progeny.
Let's go! Alright, so here is the Divine Beast Dancing Lion fight. And enjoy this OST. This music is so freaking good. Boom. So this guy can attack with both the head and tail, so you gotta watch both sides. Oh, we got grabbed. That might be death. Yep, that is death. Well, that ended quickly. That grab is pretty rare, so I was not prepared for that. Alright, we'll get him this time though. Boom, boom. And then, yep, so you'll see the double attack there, and then he'll do like this attack out of the ground, and then we'll follow up with breath sometimes. Nice, got the stagger early. Alright, phase 2, here we go. So now, during phase 2, it's going to swap through different elemental stages. Ouch. First one we've got here is lightning. Whenever he does a breath, just run to the side. Ouch. Chomp. Is frost, I'm assuming? No, wind. Okay. Boom, boom, ground attack. Oh, never mind. Alright, watch for the tornadoes he's going to send out towards you. Nice. Boom. Oh, what? I thought we rolled that. Ouch. Dude, give me like 2 seconds, please. Alright, Frost. Watch out. Oh, too early on that one. Boom. And breath. Dang, I thought we could get away from that. Lightning is probably my least favorite phase, just because all the lightning that shows up throughout the whole arena can be kind of annoying to manage along with his moveset. Ouch. Nice. Early swap. Oh, what? He stayed in lightning. That's not fair. We got baited. Now he's going frost. Ouch. I'm not sure how we didn't get hit by that, but I won't complain. Double ground attack, breath. On the breath, he can run to the right and avoid it pretty easily, but I just kind of wasn't doing it there. There we go. That fight can feel extremely chaotic, but you can absolutely just kind of BS your way through it, to be honest. All right, he does drop his helmet, which looks super cool, and it raises the potency of... What does it raise the potency again? Intensity of Storm alongside Strength and Dexterity. However, your flasks have... like their effect is reduced, so there is a trade-off. So you can get a boost in stats and any storm incantations, but yeah, your flasks won't be as good anymore. Okay, then we can move forward here, go up the elevator. And then we'll open this door. There's another revered spirit ash for us to grab here. And we can climb all the way up this staircase. Alright, now as we come up here, we'll get a glimpse into the final area of the game. But similar to the Erd Tree, we can't get past these thorns, or I guess in this case it says shadow. So, nothing for us to do. We can read that note, Tower Shadow message. Left by Letta says, a gate of divinity lies in the tower sealed by shadow. This is surely that is surely where kind Mikola is headed. We are no Empyreans, but we must locate the path that will lead us there. I will follow the crosses east. So, like I said, this is the end area. There are a few bosses that we have to beat in order to get here. But real quick, we're going to go back to... I think we want the private altar site of grace. We're going to go back to that horn scent and get some secret dialogue from her. Okay, then we'll come out here. And now that we have that headpiece, we can throw it on and get some new dialogue.
Oh, such a joy to smell the scent again. Does a sculpted keeper stand before me? Oh, as I felt the sacred beast's essence fade, a great anxiety welled up within. Forgive this old woman her foolish fears. 'Tis such relief I cannot express. After an eternity of the mind, our voices have at last reached the heavens, as evinced by thy gracious arrival. Oh, oh, oh. I implore, vessel of the sacred beast, have my son accompany thee to war, and dance thy dance of beauteous color. Take vengeance upon Mesmer and his lot. They who betrayed us, aye, they who burned us, let them face in thy wrath their just deserts. My song will I sing in service to thee. Oh, sculpted keep my...
And there we go. Cool. All right, one last thing I want to do. Let's go talk to Ansbach now that we have found that secret cross.
Righteous time. Well, I'm much obliged. As suspected, kindly Mikola has visited the lands which hold the tower, and appears intent on wholly dispossessing himself of his flesh. He must be seeking entrance to the Tower of Shadow. Righteous time.
Okay, so there we go. All right, but that is going to do it for this episode. So next episode, we'll be crossing the bridge over here into this area. Handful of things that we can do over there, including coming down into this river. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this episode and learned something from it, appreciate you stopping by. Please like and subscribe if you can. Always helps out a lot. But that is it for this episode. I will see you next time.